can do what you will.
I like to involve people. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah. Not done a package thing as yet. But it just makes logical sense. It would be wise to add more strings to one's bow.
Yeah, cool. So
Yeah.
if you did one, who would you be doing it with? What would it be roughly? Do you know that?
Not clearly right now, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so
Well, yeah,
what's
start
my
unclear.
observation? Okay. I suppose I'll start with the thing that bother is the wrong word, but a thing that I am seeing a lot is a lot of people who are acting from being too zoomed in to their fears.
Okay.
And can I play a role in helping them to zoom out occasionally?
Oh, wow.
I'm just reminded by the story of the king who had the blind man touching the elephant, and they're all touched a different part of the elephant, and they're all adamant that they know what the elephant is like because that's what they're touching.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's what they're zoomed into, and they're not seeing the whole.
Beautiful. Yeah, I love it.
What the thing is.
Good analogy. Yeah.
And
awesome.
I can't help but think that with people zooming into, well, they're zooming in and feeling comfortable within their silo, that they're operating orders from their imagined fears, shall we say.
Yeah, cool. So who are the people who you think you'd most like to, or do you think would most benefit from seeing this? Who you can access fairly easily?
Who can access? That would be the thing now, wouldn't it? Well, the non-helpful answer would be everybody, but I'm kind of thinking what this would be more impactful is to think of that which is most impactful upon humanity as a whole. And you got government on one side and you have companies and conglomerates on the other.
And can you reach to those people easily? Will they listen to you?
They don't even know I exist.
Cool. So I think that probably, could drop into the it might be nice if category. But from a more practical point of view, is there a group or a body of people where you could easily rock up and go, look, I'm looking at your world and I'm wondering if this elephant story I've got resonates with you, because I could help you see more of the elephant. And I think if you saw more of the elephant, then XYZ would happen for you, which probably isn't happening for you currently.
Nothing that comes to my mind right now. Hopefully it'll be one of those things as soon as we finish this, something will dig into my head afterwards. And
and it might be sooner. It might be kind of like while we're talking. So like, so if you take this program that I've created, which I've lovingly called the Ultimate Coaching Package Program, the reason for that is because what it what it will show people who partake in it, who create something from it, is that they can do that is available. It's not some dark art mystery stored off in the universe that's only accessible to certain people who know exactly which hoop to jump through, when, where, and how. It's more straightforward than that. It's more obvious than that. It's more available than that to be able to do it. And there are some nuances and bells and whistles and whatever, which can be fun. But one of the things that's been interesting is in bringing people into this space, that they have got creative and they have been able to go, do you know what? And sometimes they've just said it. There's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube that I've done like this, where they've just gone, yeah, well, actually, what I'd like to do is, and they've articulated a whole program, basically, like in one go. Like it's just sitting there and it's ready. And then for other people, there's kind of a bit of like rumination or whatever that needs to go on, usually a little bit of flexing of the cogs to be able to see what's right in front of them, which is, oh, wow, I'm really connected to this group of people and their challenge is, X, Y, Z. And I could offer some input around that. I could help them see something that would be really, really useful and would be a result that they want to get. Because that's the key thing. People have got to see it and go, yeah, I want to get that result. Like you've come here, I guess, this evening to discuss the result of, I'd like to be able to add creating packages as a string to my bow. So that's the result that you've articulated. Was that right? That was pretty much it?
Pretty much, yeah.
So by getting you to reflect on that, what I'm doing really is I'm getting you to create the program for yourself in your own mind, so that you can enroll yourself, or not, as the case may be, into what you're creating. Now, the advantage with that for me is it just keeps me completely clean. I'm not trying to twist your arm, persuade, or not that I've got anything against arm twisting or persuasion particularly, but how I like to do these things now is for somebody to be able to go, okay, well, this is the program I want to create. I want to create the situation whereby I can work with you for X amount of time. And this is my endpoint. This is where I want to get to. Because once you've created it, you're basically on your way. Like you've set the intention, you've spoken it. The old asking it is given thing. You've said that's what I want to create. And so you'll create it. It really isn't any more complicated than that. And then we can just pinpoint and signpost and tell stories about other programs and other ways of creating. And all that does is it just flexes what might be rigid. Like it's just stretching, isn't it, before a movement class. Like it's a good idea to get the body ready for what it's about to do. Yes. It's a good idea to do the same with the mind. That's all.
Yes, the body has to be, and mind has to be open before you're going to do an exercise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Otherwise, it's kind of movement or meeting for the sake of it. And I don't think anybody needs more of that. Yes. So really, that's the intention of this: is for you to see if there's something that you genuinely like to create and put some time, money, and effort into creating, because you think there would be a worthwhile reward at the end of it for you. And my job, therefore, is to provide you the most conducive environment to be able to create that for yourself. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some kind of stuff percolating on the fringes.
Yeah.
But I can't. The articulation isn't going to come just yet, but it is percolating. I can feel that it is.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, at some point, we've got to go from the point of I fancy a cup of coffee to putting the pot on. Yes. and then the process starts. And it's like, oh yeah, I could do that, or I could reach out to these people, or one of the amazing ways really of creating something is just to be totally honest with people and say, look, I want to create this. And I want to utilize a group first time round to help me create it. Like we're going to do it live together. And so it's like a reduced investment or a reduced time or whatever. And we're going to create that and then see what comes out, see what issues people really, really bring. And then structure your material accordingly so that when you go out, you know, next time round, you've got all of that learned experience or whatever. So even there's pretty much no position that I can find where you can't create from, other than a kind of belligerent desire to not create, in which case, why come into a program at all? Very odd. But essentially, I'm sure people do, but you know.
And to have a belligerent desire not to create is something that uses the power to create it. So
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's just not that helpful in this context. So like, even if there's a body of I don't quite know what it is yet, once you take the next tiny step, then you can evolve from that point. It's not like you got to leap to the end point, you know. It's gentler, it's more sensitive, and actually creating things with people, the sort of collaborative creation, is a really exciting thing to do. It's cool. People like it. They like to be involved. I've done some stuff with businesses and they really like it because mostly they get sold at.
Yes.
This is the training program. This is what you're going to do. These are the disciplines. Here are your outcomes. Now let's robotically move through the process. Well, yeah. Just in other ways.
And I'm remembering, you were on the, oh my God, I can't remember their names now. Crap. Sandy Crott and she came up with the phrase, people being voluntold.
Yeah, that's
that wasn't going to be helpful for buy-in, really.
No, completely. Yeah, completely. Yeah, exactly. So I like that. I'd forgotten that word. Yeah, voluntold. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, once the kernel of an idea is there, or like the intention to move in that direction is there, then the wheels just start moving. It's inevitable. That's how it works.
Yeah, I just remembering that was supposed to be arranging a lunch of some description with some people who I used to work with back in ancient times, and some of them have big positions within the organizations within they work. So who knows? That could be an avenue where something could come up.
There you go. That's it. Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I shall pause the recording.
Okay.